Bro, listen to me for a second because this one stings if you're not ready for it. Being busy doesn't mean you're winning. It doesn't mean you're building wealth, and it definitely doesn't mean you're moving forward. In fact, some of the busiest people I know are quietly broke, stressed, and stuck. They're exhausted, always grinding, always running, but somehow never getting ahead. Real wealth doesn't look loud or frantic. It looks calm, controlled, intentional. So let me walk you through the 7 signs you're busy, not wealthy. Because once you see these, you can't unsee them. And yeah, this might step on a few toes, but that's the point. Section 1. You're always working, but your income is flat. Here's the first red flag, dude. If you're constantly working, long hours, packed days, no breaks, but your income hasn't meaningfully increased in years, that's not hustle, that's a treadmill. Wealthy people don't measure effort, they measure leverage. They ask, does this hour make future hours easier or harder? If your work only pays you once, you're renting out your time forever. Being busy feels productive, but without leverage, it just burns you out slowly. Real wealth comes from work that compounds: systems, skills, equity, ownership. If every month looks financially identical to the last, no matter how hard you grind, that's not progress. It's motion without direction. And the next sign makes this even clearer. Section 2. You can't step away without everything breaking. Listen closely. If you can't take a day off without chaos, you don't own your work, it owns you. Wealthy people build systems that function without constant supervision. Busy people build dependence. If every email, every decision, every problem has to go through you, congratulations, you've built a job, not wealth. And the scary part is, that kind of busyness feels important. It feeds your ego, but it traps you. True wealth buys flexibility. It gives you the ability to step back without panic. If your income collapses the moment you stop responding, you're not free, you're fragile. And fragility shows up everywhere, especially in how you spend. Section 3. You spend money to cope with stress. This one hits hard, bro. Busy, not wealthy people use spending as stress relief. Expensive food, constant takeout, impulse buys, I deserve this purchases. Not because they planned it, but because they're exhausted. Wealthy people don't need retail therapy because their systems reduce stress instead of creating it. When your life is chaotic, money becomes emotional, and emotional spending kills wealth quietly. You're not buying things because you value them, you're buying relief. That's a dangerous pattern. If money leaves your account fastest when you're tired, overwhelmed, or frustrated, that's not a money problem, it's a busyness problem. And it usually comes with another warning sign. Section 4. Your schedule is full, but your goals are vague. Bro, if your days are packed, but your long-term goals are fuzzy, something's wrong. Busy people react, wealthy people plan. If you ask yourself right now, what exactly am I building over the next 5 years, and you don't have a clear answer, then all that activity isn't leading anywhere specific. A full calendar feels impressive, but it can be a distraction from clarity. Wealthy people ruthlessly protect time for thinking, planning, and strategy. They're not in meetings all day just to feel important. They're aligning actions with outcomes. If your schedule controls you instead of serving your goals, you're busy, not wealthy. And that misalignment shows up in your finances too. Section 5. You chase short-term wins instead of long-term growth. Here's another sign most people miss. Busy, not wealthy people optimize for quick wins. Overtime pay, small bonuses, side gigs that pay fast but go nowhere. Wealthy people are willing to delay gratification for compounding results. They invest time into skills that don't pay immediately. They build things that look slow at first. Busy people need constant validation. Money now, results now, progress now. Wealthy people understand that the biggest payoffs are quiet in the beginning. If everything you do needs to pay you immediately or it feels not worth it, you're stuck in short-term thinking. And short-term thinking keeps you working forever. But wait, the next sign is where this really becomes dangerous. Section 6. You confuse motion with progress. This is one of the biggest traps, man. Emails answered, tasks completed, meetings attended, notifications cleared. Busy people feel productive because things are moving. Wealthy people ask a different question. Did this move the needle? Progress is directional. Motion is just activity. You can be incredibly efficient at doing the wrong things. Wealthy people eliminate before they optimize. They cut low-impact tasks aggressively. Busy people add more and more until they're overwhelmed. If you end most days tired but unsure what actually mattered, that's a huge warning sign, because energy without focus doesn't build wealth, it just drains you. And there's one final sign that ties everything together. You measure success by effort instead of results. This is the mindset shift that separates the two worlds. Busy people are proud of how hard they work. Wealthy people are focused on outcomes. Effort feels noble. Results are what matter. You don't get paid more because you're tired. You get paid more because you produce value that scales. If you constantly justify your situation by saying, "But I work so hard," that's a signal you're stuck. Hard work is the entry fee, not the finish line. Wealthy people respect effort, but they obsess over leverage, efficiency, and impact. Once you stop glorifying busyness, you start designing freedom, and that's when everything changes. Final section. Busyness is comfortable. Wealth is intentional. Here's the truth, bro. Busyness feels safe. It feels productive. It gives you an excuse. Wealth requires uncomfortable questions, deliberate choices, and cutting things that make you feel important but don't make you rich. You don't need to work more hours. You need better direction, better systems, better leverage. The goal isn't to do more. The goal is to do what actually matters. And once you start shifting from busyness to intention, your energy comes back, your finances stabilize, and progress finally becomes visible. You don't need to be the busiest person in the room. You need to be the one moving quietly forward while everyone else is running in circles. If this hit a little too close to home, that's a good thing. Do me a favor, like and subscribe.